All right, I've never seen this guy. I probably should have seen by his name that it was going to be an MMO video. Never watched this guy before. Never even heard of him. 314. Same views as me. Same like. Actually, no, not actually kind of same views as me. Same thing as me. Give him a watch. I kind of like these.
Hello everyone, welcome back to a
Hi.
brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about the game industry titans and how they've ruined the gaming industry.
I'm going to say this. The game industry is ruined not just because of the titans in the industry making everything like how it is, but also the fact that games companies are reliant on no longer the game is the thing making the money. It's the products coming from the games, the action, the people, not the people. What can they put into the game to continue making more profit? Which obviously, yeah, people need to do that. People need to make more profit. But then again, at the same time, it ruins a lot because now you got microtransactions, games literally designed around microtransaction, not designed around playing the game. It's designed around how can we design a game to make microtransactions.
You might not be keeping up with the game industry, or you might not even keep up with gaming in general, but there's actually a lot going on in the gaming industry. The fall off of big industry titans who have overpriced their games, hold no love for their...
I used to play World of Warcraft so much. It was one of my favorite games. You didn't review shit!
Games, and are single-handedly responsible for the loss of so many games or game franchises' souls.
Yeah, there's a reason why you paused on that one. Oh god, Dragonflight. The dragons in World of Warcraft. Oh. What happened to Dragon? You know? Dragon. The Dragonborn. What happened to these actual scale like Dragonoid people? And then we got these used to be, and then we got this. These twinks. They don't even wear good armor. Look at the armor they're wearing. Come on. Looks like crap. What is this? Even if you want to look at the old, like, bro. Look at that. That used to be like a person turned into a dragon turned into a person. Sorry, reversed it. That was so sick. Like, look at them. They actually look like, they look human, yes. But then when they're in the, like, dragon, not whatever the hell. Nope, it's gone. Not whatever the hell the other one was. The dragon race. This Dragneer. Dragthier. There we go. It's so stupid. I was hoping and praying we get a dragon like this. This is sick. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. That is a nice ass dragon. We need more dragons like that.
Many of the main gaming industry titans that we know of will prioritize monetization, profit-driven decisions, and greed.
Yep.
This stifles the creativity that game developers once brought to the world, prioritizing microtransactions or other monetization methods to keep their players in place by their wallet.
A good example is the not old, but the usual tale, World of Warcraft Classic. Released, didn't touch it, fine. TBC, immediate microtransaction, 60 boost, everything. Wrath of the Lich King, not Warlords. Wrath of the Lich King, Mists of Pandaria, I know has a boost in it as well, and all that.
They'll recycle existing content, force live service models onto games, focus on quantity over quality, and less innovative.
Someone want to explain to me why single-player games have to have internet connection? Anyone? Why do single-player games need to have an internet connection? explain that to me. Because I am baffled and I don't know why, and it's so stupid. If I want to play a single player game by myself, I should be able to play without internet. No live service, this, that, and
projects because they
roadmap,
firmly
all that.
believe
No.
what works.
Just let me play.
And to a certain degree, I cannot fault them. That is true. What works, works. But not forever.
If it works, don't change it. If there's issues, just adjust it. What they did was they just uplifted the whole table and flipped it over.
People say gaming isn't what it used to be. The conversation is often dismissed as nostalgia.
Really isn't.
And older folks simply longing for simpler times and their childhood.
Imagine a Legion remake. Yo, if they added a Legion remix, a Legion remake, oh, bro. A return to Legion time, would love it. Would love it. It would be so good.
Gamers romanticizing
that
the
would
past
be
that was
amazing.
supposedly just as, if not more flawed than the present. But this argument fails under scrutiny, because what players are responding to is not memory, it's structural change.
I'm
Game
trying to move my table.
like Activision, to name just one example, are no longer part of the gaming industry.
Oh, bro, you want to talk about gaming industries? Is it Ubisoft? Here we go. After game cancellations and yo, wait, what's this? Game cancellations and layoffs. Ubisoft laments important truth: the increased subscription price for a 17-year-old franchise. They are increasing the price model for a 17-year-old franchise. Even fans know is in its decline. Well, they're adding a subscription to Dance Dance? What? What? Honestly, I just found out about that. I did not know about that. It's just news to me. But back to what I was saying. They canceled so many games. And they had a finished remastered Prince of Persia, or a new, I think it was a new or a remastered version of Prince of Persia. I forget which one. But they canceled it along with some amazing like companies and everything like that. It's so stupid. It's so like Ubisoft really screwed themselves up with it. Yeah, what games did Ubisoft cancel? What games was it? Prince of Persia, Sanitime. Oh, okay, remake. They closed 2 studios and confirmed further layoffs in major company restructure. Oh, that actually is a good one. Prince of Persia remake is done, just in a different sense now. And also, if I'm not mistaken, they did almost finish it. It was almost done.
But are rather a corporate endeavor driven by one sole purpose: greed.
Money.
This causes the modern gaming industry to operate under entirely different incentives, ownership structures, financial pressures, and risk models than it did 20, 15, or even 10 years ago. The way games are made, funded, and marketed are fundamentally different. This greed de-emphasizes the creativity that once made the gaming industry so powerful.
Honestly, looking at that, I just think Call of Duty. I just remember Call of Duty, Zombies, the map where the first Call of Duty Black Ops where you were as the president. I forget who it was. You had Bill Clinton. No, JFK. Yeah, 5. That was the name of the map. You had Bill Clinton, Richard Nixon, Robert. I actually don't know who that is at all. And Fidel Castro. Who is this person? Real quick, let me just get a picture. this a real person or no? There we go. I'm like, I'm looking it up. It's giving me all the Call of Duty searches. Damn. I remember this. This was the best. By far the best.
Their maximization
I just got
of
flashes
revenue
of that.
takes center stage and leaves creativity, fun, and engagement in the dust. And rather than going for something fun and ambitious that could work in the long run, they prioritize short-term profits over creative ambition, causing them to avoid taking chances and taking risks in favor of doing what they've already done.
Honestly, it's not just the gaming industry that does that. Gaming industry is not the only set of people to do that. You also have the movie industry, big culprits of that. Remaster after remaster after remaster. You have, what's it called? The TV shows, remaster after remaster. Oh, and so many others. They're just like, hey, 1, 2, 3. You guys love these shows. We're just gonna make them over and over and just continue them forever. No.
This results in a recycled game format where games like World of Warcraft's expansions are basically the same every time they release. New Call of Duties, especially later ones, are one-on-one copies from the last game, completely disregarding new ambitious creativity that could make the game more engaging.
They literally don't change anything for Call of Duty, but what guns are there and what you can do. That's it.
Games like FIFA, or rather FC, are not so different from this either. Every game nowadays is a result of corporate.
FIFA and NFL, WWE, and one other, NBA, are the biggest culprits for those. Without a doubt, the biggest culprits.
Influence has some form of microtransactions added to their game. And they were always kind of there, I suppose, because in Black Ops 2 you could buy camos, and way back in the day for World of Warcraft you could also buy mounts and pets and transmogs. So there's...
He's correct, but he's skipping the original. The first ever microtransaction. Well, I wouldn't really say the first ever microtransaction, but one of the first pre-order. I know the first pre-order bonus, which is Oblivion. Horse armor. Here we go. Yep. One of the very first. Oh, I remember this. On this day, 15 years ago, Bethesda released the horse. Damn. That shit still till this day. It's still till this day. Till this day is... What? Is it the first microtransaction? I don't think it is. More widely considered. Microtransaction in major AAA gaming. Sold 200 micro points, roughly 250 on the Xbox Live. It's not the first. No, what was the first? Oh, widely recognized microtransaction. I was about to say, because I know there was others. Phone games had a few. I know you had subscriptions that you don't really count microtransactions, but
really
some people do.
Stage in the gaming industry. Now, however, microtransactions have become part of our everyday lives, and its main use is to keep players engaged for much longer than the initial release, keeping them engaged through fear of missing out, and instead of granting them these rewards for cool missions, quests.
The only game that does that properly? Helldivers 2, War Bonds. There we go. That's not called War Bonds. Only people that do that correctly. Helldiver 2, War Bonds. War Bonds. Amazing. by far, I think they are the only company or no gaming people that do it correctly, mainstream. Granted, there are a few others. I can, if you give me time, I could probably name a few, but off the top of my head, I don't think I can. But there are quite a few other companies that are like, hey, we also like let you carry over. Doesn't Halo? I think Halo does that too. Halo Master Chief Collection, or one of them, and I know a few others do. But that's the thing; those nowadays companies don't want to do that. They don't. They don't want to do like they want the FOMO. Like he said, they want the fear of missing out. The like, oh my god, I didn't get to do this, or didn't have this on time, or anything like that. It's so stupid. Let's go on with the video.
Or objectives or whatever, they'll simply add it to the store for a quick cash grab.
Don't even get me started. I remember last time I was calculating. I was bored and I was calculating it. I forgot which. I think it was Valorant. No, not Valorant. One of the shooters. I forgot which one. They're all basically the same at this point. One of them had a battle pass. If you did just the weeklies, you'd get through majority of the battle pass. If you did the dailies, you'd finish the battle pass. But you had to do every weekly and I remember there was a game where even if you did the weeklies and the daily missions, you'd finish the battle pass. But if you skipped some of the daily missions, you'd have to continue playing to get the extra points needed to get to finish the battle pass. So if you missed one day of daily quests, you're screwed. You had to just play an extra like 3 games to be able. No, I think it was 6. I think it was 6 or 5. Maybe 6 or 7 games. I don't know.
The PS2 era is frequently cited, and for good reason. Not because every PS2 game was great, but because a lot of them were memorable and enjoyable to this day. Studios were allowed to experiment, tell niche stories, release imperfect but ambitious projects, and try something once and never repeat it again.
Man, this right here gives me such like nostalgia. Being the Lich King from World of Warcraft was used to be such a good game. I need to get into is it TBC? Is TBC Hardcore WoW out yet? Did they announce it yet, or not announced it? Oh no, it's not going to be hardcore. Oh yeah, TBC Hardcore WoW, the Burning Crusade, the anticipated next phase for the hardcore community. Oh no, it's just a hardcore community. Burning Crusade is coming up soon. Burning Crusade is coming up soon. I don't think it's getting a hardcore. Not getting a hardcore. This is the roadmap for 2025. 2026. Here we go. Nah, I don't think it's getting a hardcore. Damn, I would have loved. I probably still might jump on when TBC starts. Pre-patch will be on January 13th. The actual thing starts at 5th. Okay, I'll probably jump back on when it gets there.
Budgets were smaller, teams were tighter, and perhaps most importantly, games did not need to sustain infinite engagement unlike most games today. A game could simply be shipped, sold, played, finished, and remembered, and that is what makes the game so memorable in the first place. There was no expectation for these games to last for years or generate recurring revenue that lasts forever, or that it would become part of a platform or do any kind of post-launch monetization aside from DLCs.
The problem with these games, the game industry, no. Yes and no. The people in the game industry, the higher ups ruined gaming for one simple thing. They do not understand that games with a finite lifespan are more enjoyable than a game with an infinite lifespan. A good example of an infinite lifespan game that is fun till this day is something like Fortnite. For the reason that they understand you have to limit the lifespan of the game by seasons have to change dramatically to make it feel like, yes, you're still playing the same game, but it's new, fresh, revived, different, and everything like that. But games nowadays, they don't understand that. And they're like, okay, just continue doing the same exact things, but make it endless. Make it nonstop.
To certain games. Most games were actually a single-time purchase, a single-time install, and a single-time play, unless you really wanted to replay it again. I believe the biggest problem today is the corporate houses that own...
I remember back in the days, having to download the game all over again. It was so tedious and so boring to get the discs and re-download them and everything, but it felt so good. What game was there? Was a game that had 6 discs. Had 6 discs. Was it Rome? I almost wrote Dick. It was a 4 set. There we go. Rome Total War was a 4 DVD, 6 or 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Anyways, I remember Total War. Yeah, medieval Rome. Oh man, this right here. Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, Disc 4. What was it? Warcraft had. I actually have my Warcraft box right here. Warcraft Battle Chest came with it. I still got the DVDs in here. I don't think I got the discs in here anymore. Nah, discs aren't in here. But I still got. Let's see, what are these? Got the little like pamphlet book for the expansion. I got the guide, the Battle Chest guide for the expansion. The Battle Chest guide for the updates on the expansion for the original. And the original game manual. These things used to come normally in game. I remember I even paid only $80 for this. I paid $80 for this back in the days. Nowadays, a normal game costs $80. This came with 2 games and so, like a game and a huge expansion, and it came with so much. And it came, I think, with 60 days free World of Warcraft. I think with 30 or 60, I forget. But yeah, I still have that. I had 4. Oh no, I had 2 discs in it. One for the regular and one for the expansion. But damn, I still have that. I still remember these. Oh, back in here we go. This is the one. Yep. If you wanted them all of them, you had 5 discs, and you had to download them one by one. You had to put it in, wait for that one to finish. It would pop up until you put disc 2 in. Take out disc 2 and then put this. Take out disc 1 and put disc 2, and keep going on like that. And that was so good back in the days. I used to
the
love
gaming
that.
studios and prioritize profits over entertainment and creativity. They control the decision making when the decision regarding.
No, it's not that they prioritize profit over creativity or decision making or anything. Profit is what drives their decision making. And then creativity comes after the profit. So they make their profit and then they come up with the creative stuff on how to make more profit.
Regarding video games should be in the hands of the creators and not some big corporate trying to do another cash grab. The success of the gaming industry attracted corporate firms to invest their money in the business. Gaming studios welcomed their investment but ended up giving up almost complete control. Business corporates can't run businesses that solely rely on creativity until they understand, know, or value the creativity of these skills and the importance of them.
Honestly, it's not just the skills or anything like that. Game industries need to understand that people people shouldn't make a game their life. People shouldn't make a game their life. People should make their life with the game. Like, people should be able to play the game, have fun with it, make a life in it and everything like that, and then go away to their normal life. Not make the game their entire life, where it's all they do, all they spend, all they act, all they behave, all they think about, all they talk about, all they act about. I know people that literally World of Warcraft was the only thing these people used to know. That's it. They used to breathe World of Warcraft, eat World of Warcraft, be World of Warcraft, and that was it. They didn't play any other games. They didn't do anything else. They didn't talk about anything else. They talk about small stuff here and there, but mainly World, that was it. It was annoying at times.
The push for live service.
Especially because when you actually like play other games, they're usually, no, let's go raid or something. I want to raid for a 5th time tonight.
Games, which are continuously updated with new content, has become the dominant model for many large studios.
There is no reason for a live service game when it's a single player game. I will never get over that. There's no need for internet, mandatory internet connection. There's no need for a live service. There's no need for a roadmap if it is just a single player game. That's it. If it's a single player game, why do you have it?
Sometimes at the expense of single-player or story-driven games, much as how we look at Call of Duty. Ever since the rise of Warzone, it seems that Call of Duty now seems to be more engaged with Warzone rather than what it has done for years.
Man, and Warzone is such garbage. I don't know why they even bought. Like, Warzone's not even good. I will blatantly I will blatantly say to somebody's direct face who plays Warzone, your game is a cheap imitation of Fortnite. All it is. That's all. Even nowadays, with Fortnite not having builds, your game is even more of a copy.
Rather than prioritizing their standard modes like a campaign, a multiplayer, and a good zombies.
Bro. What was it? Let's just go. Campaign length. Okay. So it took about 7 hours to complete the story. 9 to 8 hours depending on your playstyle, and close to 18 hours for 100% completion on Black Ops 1. Go to Black Ops 7. 4 to 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours. And there's not even a time for 100% completion, because there is no 100% completion. Once you do that, that's it, you're done. That's so... Oh my god. And I'm pretty sure majority of that is cutscene. Like, if you take out the cutscenes in this game, I'm pretty sure you get to like 2-ish hours, 3 hours. That's it.
Or other tertiary game mode, they will focus on making sure that everything can cross over into Warzone, which is just completely ridiculous if you ask me. Like, the gameplay mechanics in multiplayer should be their entire separate thing. They shouldn't be the exact same as the Warzone ones, but that's a story for another day. As gaming became one of the most profitable entertainment industries on Earth, traditional capital moved in. This capital doesn't come from people who love making games with rich stories and unique stories or a fantasy world or anything. It comes from people who understand markets, money, and only money.
Yeah, that's basically it. These people that come into the gaming industry come in like, oh, we'll fund your game, we'll help you, we'll get you the funding, we'll get you the money, we'll get you the capital. They only come in because, guess what? They know games make money. That's it. They don't actually care about the game. They care about the game making them money. And the game has to make them money or else they're not going to be willing to do it for next time. So the game has to make more and more money each and every time.
Markets and money. Investors often don't view games as art. Rather, they view them as intellectual property or products, basically. Trying to generate revenue and anything but art. While games are technically a work of...
Not anything but art. More so anything that'll provide high income. That's mainly it. Whatever will provide them with a higher income, they will go. If a game with beautiful art and amazing graphics and everything will yield them more money than a new Call of Duty, and it's on the same time length, of course they're going to pick the game that's more beautiful and everything because it's going to make them more money. But because they can slap out a new Call of Duty every year, make more profit off of over the 4 years of releasing a Call of Duty game, rather than working those 4 years on a more beautiful, action-packed, amazing storytelling game, they're going to go with that. That's every time. That's all it is.
People don't see them as such. They just want to milk it as dry as possible and make as much money as they can in the shortest period of time. And once studios became subsidiaries of publicly traded corporations, a game stopped being a product, and we, the players, became the product. The pressure for profits from these large corporations can lead to crunch during development, where employees work excessive hours, contributing to burnout and a more statistical, less human-centered work environment. And this is not something that's inclusive to the gaming industry. We've seen...
I just want to take a moment. This right here is also why I hate gaming trailers. Gaming trailers or gaming industries is this is not something that happens in the game. There's none of that. Even they cut it because it doesn't make sense. Guy was going for a punch backwards and they showed him grabbing his throat and somehow he knew the guy was it. And also he can interact with the guy on that. No, that's not anywhere how the game actually works at all. It doesn't make it purposely influences your view of the game in a way that does not at all relate to how the game actually is.
This is not something that's inclusive to the gaming industry. We've seen animators for big anime studios like Blue Lock and One Punch Man.
That's not even something that happens.
Lose a lot of folks due to burnout. But for these anime studios, it does not actually come from large corporations that fund them. Instead, it comes from the fans, making demands that these animators can't make, and therefore pushing the studio into overdrive.
A good example of a studio that did that was they called blanking on the top of my head. One Punch Man. They had such good art at the start. All the graphics were beautiful. Not graphics. The quality was beautiful. The animations were flawless. It was amazing. People really wanted more, and then the company said, okay, we'll give you more. They took so long to release season 2 just to give it to a studio that they can pay less, get more money off of it from, and then just shit out a shitty product that was half-baked, and then do the same thing with season 3 that was even worse. Not even half-baked, it wasn't baked at all. It was just raw.
Publishers' control over the development, including dictating which engines to use or what features to implement, can override creative decisions made by the game's development team. The gaming industry has seen significant consolidation, with fewer, larger companies now dominating the market, which reduces competition and innovation.
That's why I'm really glad indie games and indie companies are starting to get like big and everything like that. Indie games and indie companies are top tier right now, and it's making the AAA gaming companies, everything, worry. They're scared. A good example, Expedition 33. So many people were saying, "Oh, you can't compare this to Expedition. You can't get." No, we're gonna compare it to Expedition 33 because you guys all have the same tools. You guys can all use the same tools, the same way. You could all have the same time. They had a less budget, but just the people that are like paying these stuff are not the people making the game, so they can say it all they want because they're just the ones that give the money and be like, okay, I want game. I want money in game.
The volatile nature of game development is amplified by corporate decisions, making it a challenging industry for both big and small studios. Microtransactions did not ruin the games by existing. Yeah, you heard it. They didn't ruin the games. No, they ruined games by changing how games are designed, and this is mostly in the hands of actually the developers, or rather the big corporate studios, and not the game developers. Modern systems are built backwards. Rather than trying to make a fun game, they look at how much monetization they can generate inside one game. Engagement loops are designed to support them, and gameplay exists to keep players inside a loop that constantly has them playing the same game. Progression is intentionally stretched and gate-kept, and rewards are either delayed or locked behind paywalls if you want to progress early.
Yep. If you want to be able to progress and develop in certain games, like keep going and everything like that, you are purposely held back from doing that. You are purposely added, there's time gating and everything in these stuff just to make sure you can't do that. An example, why is it that if I want to go and if I want to go and play Valorant, I want to play Valorant, I want to have some fun in it, I want to play with my friends and everything like that. Why is it if I go and play Valorant, I now have to sink my time into trying to get the characters, and then sink my time into being able to... No, not really. Actually, Valorant more so is just the characters. But there are other games that do that a lot. There are other games. I can't... No, I don't play many newer style games because of this. I can't really think of too many off... I can't think of any really at this moment off the top of my head besides the usual suspects. Trying to think of like a prime example of a game that does not need time gating for any reason other than they just want to time gate it. What's a good example? Go through my my library real quick. It's a good game that has a hell of a lot of time gating for progress for no reason. Oh. Yeah, you could somewhat say that this one is one of them. Damn. Damn, I have a lot of single player games now that I look at it. That's a game I gotta try. I gotta go back to. Baccarat is actually a pretty good example. This has so much time gating, it's not even a joke. You literally couldn't do all the missions in the game until several months after, but they had the tool. They had this time travel ship and everything. They just said, "No, you can't use it yet." Why? You can't. Sparking Zero just had a lot of like, oh, character after character after character, and getting all the like some achievements and such. I still haven't played Squad. I want to though. See, what's another game that has it? Such an amazing game. Fallout 4 I know has quite a bit of it actually. Fragpunk had a lot of it. I remember that. Fragpunk heavily or like, okay, you can't do this until you progress past a certain point. Not progress past, till you play a certain amount. Play a certain amount, get certain. Same with Guild Wars 2. I played it on the launcher more so than this. No. This is an amazing game. Oh, what else? What else? What else? Lord of the Rings Online. God, that's so long ago. Forgot even why I have it on Steam. This one is another good example. This is another good. There was so much time gating for a shitty game. It was sad. This game had so much opportunity and it just fell so flat. Same with these two. These are so amazing games, but they fall so hard because of the companies. Don't even get me started on Wild. Oh my god, that game! I regret buying it. I regret getting this game. Worst time in my life. Well, not worst, but horrible time in my life. What were some others? Payday 3, not 2, 3 were had so much like, hey, you have to wait a few months to be able to do this, or a few weeks, or this, or this, or this, or they used to be able to be like, oh, maps are rotational. I hate that too. Rotational maps are the stupidest thing ever. You just basically say, hey, you like this map? Okay, you can't play it till 2 weeks from now. Why? Why? That's so shitty. I can't pull up any others. I can't think of any others. But yeah, a lot of games do that, and
This
it's so
frustration
stupid.
is
Modern games
intentionally
do that too
engineered to
much.
get people to open up their wallet and take out their credit card and make them pay. Fear of missing out works. Scarcity works. Limited time offers works, as they always have, both in and out of the gaming industry. This altogether creates an illusion of longevity. Live service games promise that the game will last for years, but often deliver perpetual incompleteness, often forced by publishers to then later have to patch and fix everything in updates after most players have left because the game is nigh unplayable.
One, Wasteland Magneto. That looks like shit. I guess Wasteland. I can understand. An example of that has to be Suicide Squad. I heard Suicide Squad at the end got really. Actually, no. What was it? Killing Floor 3? Was it Killing? Yeah, Killing Floor 3. I heard now. Really good. I heard recently a lot of people like it. A lot of people think it's fixed, but it's still like, it came out in a shitty, horrible spot because of how bad it was, how shitty it was, how like broken it was. And then they fixed it, and now it's like it's actually decent. Like, it's actually something that can be played. Or what's that other one? Fire something. What is it? Oh. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's the one that the Moist Critical did a whole video on and did on his gaming channel. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But basically, the game was just the same things over and over with every map. Every map was like the same same thing. Even if you go to the harder difficult, it was the same thing over and over. Clean this area, take up these post-its and get them soaked. So you had to just run around, pick up post-its with your body, and then just go wet them or whatever the hell, or shoot them with water or something like that. I forgot what it was. Or, hey, turn the water power back on. That was it.
Games will release unfinished under the justification of ongoing support. Features are delayed to sustain engagement, and the content is drip-fed to prevent players from feeling satisfied. Worst of all, game developers half the time never even test their own features. They don't test their own game because, surprise, surprise, they don't care.
It's so obvious to tell. It's so obvious to tell when a developer or people don't play the game or don't test the game, when at the very start, the first level, there's a glaring obvious problem. Once you see that, then you know immediately people did not test this game. If the first level has a problem, a glaring obvious problem, or even before you get to the first level, if the intro, any of that has an issue, that's just like you can obviously and clearly see it the moment you play or the moment you launch it. That means they did not test it, and I refuse to continue with whatever game it is. I've uninstalled games that had that same issue.
The models these publishers push are inherently hostile to narrative closure, mechanical finality, and artistic intent. Live service games never truly end, and therefore it will never be memorable.
Even the term live service doesn't make sense. Because if you say live service, that means you're servicing the product live consistently. Not whenever there's a big update or something you want to add or microtransaction you want to, it's consistent. That means if there's a patch, if there's a problem, there's an issue, you have to get in there and fix it that same moment the issue is acknowledged, known, or have an idea of what the issue is, or even if it's well spread around. Start looking into it, start working on it, start maintenance it, try to get it fixed. Don't wait until there's a microtransaction or people leave the games or there's a big update to fix the problem that everyone's complaining about. If you're going to do a live service game, do it live. Make it consistent. Maintenance it. And actually watch and play it.
A great example of this is Amazon. Amazon is shutting down New World and its MMO division, leaving thousands of developers out of work. But this isn't just about one game. It highlights a much bigger problem in the gaming industry.
And I tried New World.
Many studios are now incentivized like 2 months. To play it safe, especially big corporations.
I love the idea of New World, but I just couldn't
get into it. Formulas because they know, hey, this works, and AI-driven content will be used to cut costs instead of taking risks and investing.
I think there's a Bloodborne, isn't it?
As arts, ambitious, passionate projects are disappearing.
Yeah, Bloodborne.
And the industry is shifting towards AI soulless games. Don't get me wrong.
Bro, I've brought it up so many times, I'm not even going to pull it up because of just how annoyed I am at this point. Oh, the fucking Call of Duty emblems being AI made are so obvious, and it's terrible. Terrible.
While I fully support the idea.
Even Microsoft is now trying to push AI so heavily that people are now spreading around how to uninstall Microsoft programs using Revo uninstaller.
Idea of not having AI make your game or anything like that. AI is a great tool to brainstorm, make placeholders, and mock-ups.
It is Bloodborne, right?
And while people who are inherently locked inside and chronically online believe that AI is worthless altogether, it has its uses.
Yep.
Although I don't believe them to be as grand as many people make them out to be. I'm also simply going to say it. Some games do not work with a battle pass or any other trends that was made for other games, okay? Like, Warzone is a perfect example of this. I think Warzone worked for one season, and then it basically was trash afterwards. It worked when Verdansk was there, and then afterwards it turned to trash, and it never recovered.
I didn't even like Warzone that much. Okay? I didn't think it was even worth it. DMZ was amazing. DMZ? Oh, that was such a good game. I don't know why they didn't continue DMZ. DMZ was so amazing. They should have kept that going. That was so much fun.
Upon Fortnite's Battle Royale popularity, a lot of other game studios, as well as simply other game franchises, they started to adapt this game mode to their own game, making a version of their game with a Battle Royale mode in it, or simply a standalone game that focused on Battle
I thought that
Royale.
Was, for a second, I thought it was the World of Warcraft
Call
battle.
of Duty, it brought initially Blackout for Black Ops 4, which didn't do all too well, and then eventually Warzone in Modern Warfare 2019. World of Warcraft made up its own battle royale called Plunderstorm, and then you had Spellbreaker, Realm Royale.
Tell you the truth, Plunderstorm for World of Warcraft was actually a pretty neat concept. It was actually pretty fun. Which is World of Warcraft doesn't have the how do I say it? World of Warcraft doesn't have the tools or the best method of being able to have those type of games, but they did really try, and it was really, really good for like a World of Warcraft-esque battle royale for the best they could do. It was a lot of fun.
Battlefield even did its own, battle royale now. Like, there are so many battle royale games. It was completely crazy. But what is potentially, in my opinion, the biggest problem of this is that they all introduced a battle pass system, and this extended far beyond just these battle royale games. There were games that didn't even have a battle royale or genuinely didn't have anything like that, who now also started to adopt the idea of introducing battle passes. Sometimes you can just have games exist without battle passes or without a BR mode, and it will do much better without it. I don't understand this obsessive need to
There are so many games that don't have a battle royale that just are amazing. But then again, on the same side, there are games that do have a battle royale, very limited games that do have a battle royale that are a lot of fun. It's just that it's so hard to make a battle royale that's not just basically Fortnite with different skins. That's it.
Produce battle passes.
Like,
but
majority of them turn out to be that.
I think I kind of understand where this comes from. Battle passes are a good way to make limited time rewards. And what do limited time rewards do? Well, they create fear of missing out. And with fear of missing out, people are going to be quick to buy it. They want to collect everything. They want to have everything. They want to buy everything. They want to spend their...
I just realized that's at Chapter 5, Season 2. Damn, how many seasons are in Fortnite? I have no idea. But what else was I going to say? Damn, I just lost what I was going to say because I'm just like, I'm trying to think of how many seasons I've been in Fortnite. But, let's go back a minute.
Fear of missing out. And with fear of missing out, people are going to be...
Right, okay. For fear of missing out, FOMO. I worked for a while selling phone connections, internet, and everything for AT&T at one of the Target locations and everything. I was the person that would stop you, being like, "Hey, how's your service?" Or this and that, basic stuff. It would go on like that. One of the biggest things the guys told me was FOMO. Make them think that this deal that you're going to offer them will not be here if they come back tomorrow. Period. Make sure they know. Make sure you translate. This deal will not be here tomorrow. This deal will end today. You can only get it, not end today, but this deal is today. You can get it right now, right here. Like, make them feel like they're not going to be able to get it any other time from anywhere else but you right here at that exact moment. Even though if you came the next day, it would be the same exact deal. Same thing, same problem, everything. But they said, always make it like that.
Be quick to buy it. They want to collect everything. They want to have everything. They want to buy everything. They want to spend their money on it. And it's a bit crazy because it's clearly intentionally designed to be that way. I'm all for taking inspiration from other games and taking elements from other games and making them for your own or better or whatever, but not all games need to take other, elements of other games and add them to their own.
Yeah.
On the flip side, games that are unique and fun in their own way and allow you to simply enjoy the game as it is intended becomes beloved by players. A strong argument for this, by the way, is Baldur's Gate 3. It does not involve real-life politics. It does not try to be...
I was just about to say, no. Baldur's Gate 3 does have real-life politics, but that's only because of the type of game that it is. It has politics. And obviously, the politics in it is going to copy what happened in the real world, because everything's already happened, and all of that. But yeah, he's right in the way of Baldur's Gate 3 didn't try to implement real world politics, ideas, concepts, or anything like that. They just wanted to make a game that was fun, enjoyable. People can spend dozens, if not hundreds of hours in. Enjoy themselves, have fun, have a good time, and just overall, like, play their game. Play the game that they made and see people enjoying it. So, yeah. they made a game that people wanted to have fun with, that didn't carry a lot of modern politics. Like, you didn't have somebody that was forcingly open. I'm just gonna play the clip. I'm just gonna play the clip. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Is it Inquisitor? Just gonna play this clip right here.
It's not just about power. Solus has messed up Algernon's plans.
No, not this one. No, I want the one where she taught.
Here's the ginger.
Thank you.
So,
Normal.
I'm non-binary.
Why is there a non-binary in the mythical game? This game is fantasy, mythical, and everything, and they're just like, they're afraid to tell their parent or come out to their parents that they're non-binary or stuff like that. Like, why is it even a concept in the game? Just put it. Just have it. Don't need to bring it up, put it in my face and everything. And don't. Is this the push-up one?
It's not just about power. Gate.
Thanks to Tosh.
Actually, Tosh uses them for themselves now.
Why? Why push it? Why just put it? Just put it. Just put it. Don't need to like push it in our face. Hey, you're calling them the wrong thing. It's not a her. It's a them. Make sure to correct. Bro, you could have gone in yourself as the developer and just change this word right here to them, and then not have to have that next line. And then not have to have that. Or you could have just done it from the beginning and not have to worry about it. And then the push-up one. Bro.
It's not just about
Wait,
power.
is it this one?
Solus has messed up Algernon's plans before. Nothing's bigger than dragons. But they're clever enough to take flight once they smell danger. Algernon.
Oh, where's the one where...
Wait for it.
Best part is, while Tosh is pounding that snake's nose,
Oh. Okay. What are you doing?
pulling above. Sorry. Shit. They're still. Tosh is pounding that snake's nose. She's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties. I was so proud.
Oh,
Ah.
Oh, yeah, them. Look how uncomfortable everyone is just because you said the wrong name and you had the wrong thing. Who gives a shit in a fantasy story game? And the fact that you can't even do anything about it, you can't disagree with it, you can't say, no, I don't want to call you that. It should be able to. If you're going to give me a story-driven game where I make the story, you should give me the option to be able to say, no, I don't want to call you that, or I do want to call you that, or whoever, or just make it so that that's just normal. That's just as is. And then they go, oh, now I got to go do push-ups.
Tradition in the Lord's.
As a sorry for what I've done. I made a mistake, therefore I got to do 10 push-ups to show my apology. Man, get that stupid shit out of my games. There's no reason for that. Why was this? You could skip. You can cut this whole scene out, and the game will still work. That's the issue. If you cut all of those moments out, and the game still works, there was no reason to have them.
Be different, like another game. It does not try to copy a design philosophy from any other franchise. It is simply its own game, and it's one of the best games ever. I mean, it.
Okay, I don't want to nitpick. I'm a very nitpicky person. They do take concepts from other franchises because literally they do D&D. It is D. I get the guy is trying to. I'm such an ass. I'm such an ass. I feel so bad for doing this. I get the guys trying to say like, oh, they don't go looking and copying other games like Battle Royale. This, that. They copy D&D style because that's the games revolved around the D&D. That Divinity and all that. Those games were revolved around the concept of D&D. So they do copy the concept idea the concept and gameplay and ideas of other games, but they don't. What he means to say is they don't copy the concept of modern or mainstream games. They don't copy mainstream games, ideas, or concepts. They don't copy modern games or concepts. What they do is they have an idea of a game. They have an idea of what they find fun, which is D&D. They find D&D fun. They find Dungeons and Dragons enjoyable. They like the concept of how Dungeons and Dragons work. They made Divinity. They made Divinity 2, Divinity Original Sin, Baldur's Gate 1, 2, and 3. And they just kept going with it because they knew what they liked. They knew how it worked. They knew it worked. And they said, okay, can we do it again? And they did it again. And then they said, okay, can we do it again, but better? They did it again better. And they didn't look at other companies and everything like, oh, hey, that company's making a lot of money off of that idea. We should try implementing that idea into our next game, and then ignore trying to make the game more, trying to add more to the game and more enjoyable and make it fun. Let's add this idea from this game over here into it to make more money.
It won Game of the Year. Another good example of this is Expedition 33. That game also won Game of the Year. Games like these published
and 11 other I think 11 other wins and 13 nominations
by these smaller companies or indie
or it might be
developers
10
often
and 12
perform
nominations,
better
not counting,
because they do not need to
counting,
conform to the
Game of the
demands
Year.
of larger corporations or publishers. These games are centered entirely on the enjoyment of it and having fun, memorable times. And in fact, despite other games trying to be replayable and endlessly playable, they might fail. But Baldur's Gate 3 or many other story-driven games are perfect examples of how you can do it without needing to create some kind of endless cycle for your game. It's a unique game.
Let's just not pause at that moment. An amazing example of the same concept is Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, you can go back into it, the older games, and be able just to play them all over again and have fun and enjoy them and be able to play repeatedly. But I completely lost track of what I was saying. Oh, Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, the older games. Oh, Shawarma is amazing. I recommend it. The Assassin's Creed older games used to be able to replay them and enjoy it, have fun, do different things, do different activities, and be able just to enjoy the games because there was so much to do. Nowadays, the Assassin's Creed is they try to add so much to do that there's nothing to do. Half the time, you're not able to do anything that's outside of, hey, are you leveled for this? Is your gear leveled for this? Do you have the right item level for this? No? Then go away and go grind and go do this. No, just let me play the game. Let me play the game. Let me do my activities. Let me do all the activities without being gated off of them and just have fun. What's wrong with that? I know, like, Baldur's Gate 3 lets you just enjoy the game. It lets you jump in and do what, on the first chapter, wherever you want to go is you're open. You're open. The world is your oyster. As you go throughout all chapter 1, do whatever you want and everything like that, and then go to chapter 2, do whatever you want, do whatever you can. Chapter 3 is like, you have this freedom of a world to explore and do all that, and without being gated off from certain things, unless it's like a quest or a path or a talk line. But in the new Assassin's Creed, you're gated by gear and all that. It's so stupid.
Create some kind of endless cycle for your game. It's a unique game that you can replay
games don't
the
need
story
an endless
over and
cycle.
over again, which a lot of story games also have. If people want to replay and re-experience the story, they'll just boot up the game again and restart it.
Or if they want to do it differently.
Smaller companies and indie developers are now thriving because both studios and gamers themselves try to support smaller studios or indie developers now because it's better to do so anyway.
You want to know what's the simplest game? I had to uninstall it. I had to uninstall it from how much I would play it. Where is it? Where the hell? Oh, I still haven't installed. I have to uninstall this game. I play this game like nightly. It's so much fun. Like when I want to play something, I'll play this for like an hour. So simple. Literally, you can play this. It's just Plinko. That's it. basic Plinko with the roguelike element. It's so simple, so much fun, and I play it for hours. I'm gonna probably play it right after this video. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'll probably play a little bit. The video's almost done. It has like what? It has less than a minute left, so I'll finish the video, then I'll play this. And this is another one. Oh my god, this game! I can't wait for the new update because right now it's very small, but it's such a good game. By the way, the full game should be releasing soon. 31st. 3 days. Okay. Look, it's just Plinko! That's all it is! Alright, let's finish this video, then I'll play like 1 or 2 of them.
The reason for this is because these smaller companies and developers don't care about involving real-world themes or following popular game trends, and instead focused on what they might do best. So all in all, there are a lot of problems with the game
Okay, I'm going to talk about it at the end of this
Too
game.
many to really name in one.
Remind me to pull up a game. It's a political game that a group of people made that was hated on both sides.
Video. So
I got
just
you.
kind of jotted out some of the things that I wanted to talk about today and decided to just make a video about it. I'm glad that studios like Larian and a variety of other studios are now more pronounced and more popular or hyped up than many of the other bigger studios, mostly because these other studios care a little for their audience or their game and only care about making those bucks. Something many companies do not seem to understand is that simply listening to your audience will probably make you more money than your short-term gain-driven decisions will. But that's something I can talk about forever, and it'll still never get hurt. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and turn on your notifications for more videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Really good video. Really, oh, go back. Really good video. Really liked it. I think for this guy, really, really good. It was really good. Amazing, honestly. But yeah, a lot of these games nowadays, especially like big gaming companies and everything, they will prioritize profit over anything else, no matter what it is. Period. It does not matter. For some, these games do not need to. But they will prioritize profit over the enjoyment of the game and ruin the game in that way. Here we go. This game was so horrible. No matter what you did, said, act, pick choices, or whatever, it did not matter. You were like directly told, hey, you were wrong for this choice, and this is how you're wrong. You were right for this choice. This is how you're right. Everything. It was so bad. It was terrible. I highly recommend people to look into this. Oh my god. No matter what you did, the outcome at the end was she then learned to get better and talk to people and everything. Or no matter, even if you were the worst hated person ever, you chose the worst decision and everything, it would still at the end make you good. So I can't even explain it. It's so stupid.